I was born in a little town of Ellendale.
Sure. Oh, you never moved away?
Never got anywhere in the world, no. I was born above a second-story store, and at age 1, my parents moved out to the farm at Beaver Lake, on the east shore of Beaver Lake, and have lived there ever since. Except graduated from Ellendale High School, went to St. Olaf College.
Did you study music there?
Yes, I studied music. I sang in the St. Olaf choir under Olaf Christiansen.
You did?
And got my degree in music education, and then taught in Richland, K through 12 music. And then I taught part-time in Ellendale because I had children then. And then I was off for about 9 years raising 4 children. And then I went back and taught in Albert Lea here for 25 years. In the same time, I got my master's degree in vocal performance. And here I sit at the piano. I started with act back in the chorus line in Annie, Get Your Gun, when Dr. Camel and Nancy Camel were here, and Nancy was Annie, and I was just in the chorus.
Talk about the Camels. Give me a little history.
The Camels? Well, he was a urologist here in town, and she was in musical theater, and they started the theater actually.
And they knew you?
Pardon?
They brought you in?
Well, I just brought myself in. And I was teaching here at the time then, so I thought it'd be fun just to be in the chorus, and it is the funnest part. That's the most fun.
What year was that?
72, I think.
72, just a couple years ago.
Yeah, and then, let's see, I think I started in Owatonna. See, I live at Beaver Lake, so I can go either way. I'm in theater in Owatonna or in Albert Lea. And so I did, that had to be, I started here in Albert Lea in 1968. So in 1967, I was in the play Guys and Dolls. I did the part of Adelaide in Owatonna. And that kind of started it all.
So there's an actress in you too.
Yeah,
When was the last time you did anything?
I was music man in Owatonna. I was Mrs. Peru. I was probably the grandmother for the little child, but anyway, I did the Irish brogue and sang the Mrs. Peru part, and I did it here too.
When you talk about
Well, last night Doug Anderson came back, Nancy Lau's brother, and we go back a long ways. I was trying to think what year it was when he was in that Do Black Patent Leathers Reflect Up or something like that. It was that, and he was in that, and he's still in theater. He's been at Chanhassen and up in the cities in theater, and he just came last night, and I saw him.
It's
A big part of it. Yes, yes. It does keep the play rolling. The Owatonna Original Dixieland Band.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of fun musicians. Jack Hockenberry, you probably know from here. And he was a trombonist, and I was the keyboard and vocals, and some of the Owatonna people. And of course, you play Dixieland, there's no notes, you just make it up as you go. And I love that. It's fun to do. Sang in Roger Tenney Chorale way back when we had about a 32-voice choir that toured around southern Minnesota. I remember in Owatonna they cut it drastically long time ago, and we just did a benefit concert. You know, brought some money in and probably hired another teacher because of that. And there's lots of ways to solve the problem. So that's the way we did it. And that's the way it has to be. Yeah, fundraising. Doesn't all depend on the government. Because they have no money. And I still do play the organ in church. and that's
Which
very,
church?
very important to me. The one in Ellendale,
Okay.
the Lutheran church, and we used to direct the choir, but choir is kind of gone by the wayside, and it's more of this other contemporary music, which
There's something about the old traditional box.
something about the old hymns, I tell you.
You can't.
See, I've got the background of teaching children, and I really miss teaching children. It was a lot of fun. I did 29 years of teaching children, so
That's
you just
important.
have to be 2-3 jumps ahead of them, and think ahead and be right there. And what I did is I gave them the classic music like the Bach and the Beethoven and that, and then mixed it in with some things that they like to do. But most of the time it had to have some pep. And you've got to, and they love pep.
Do we have some fun with the kids?
Yeah, I
Are
have
you
fun with
plugged
the
in?
kids.
Are you plugged in now?
Am I done?
Yeah.
I have family. If you want to hear about the family, 4 children and 9 grandkids and 3.5 great grandkids. Maybe I shouldn't say that because that really makes me old.
No.
And I have daughter and family in Phoenix and daughter in Nebraska, and so we love to travel.
How many years? How young are you?
Pretty young. I'm young at heart.
That's good. That's what counts. But music is a big part of that. They say.
Oh,
They
yes.
say that you should, if you feel like singing, you should sing.
Yeah, yeah.
So during the day, do you just?
Well, if you
focus
don't
on-
use it, you lose it. And I figure I don't want my brain to go completely to mush. So this is a challenge. This is a challenge.
What do you like in contemporary music? Is there any performers out there that like Adele or anything fun? Or what do you like in music that's out there now? It's on the radio, not much.
I'm sorry.
It's sorry, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
Don't go there.
I can't really think of one. To me, it's a bunch of noise, and you know the chord structures. If you know 3 chords, you pretty much know it all. And that
So what takes a good song? Not the 3 chords.
the beautiful melody, harmonics, lyrical words,
Change the tempo,
change of tempo, yes,
poetic pauses.
and the feeling. You know, music is feeling and emotion. Because without that, there's no music. Music is feeling. You were talking about who? I think my favorite composer is J.S. Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach, because his rhythm just continues. It's just like the contemporary music. His rhythm just keeps going and going and going, and the chord structures. And I think he's just tremendous. Steve is wonderful.
Is he great?
Oh, he is great. I just enjoy working with him. He puts 150%, and he's always thinking about the character, builds the sets. He talks to people in a corner about improving themselves, and he's just great. I look forward to.
Too long, but
I look forward to working with him. I worked in Otana, and I've worked and helped with the Blooming Prairie High School a couple of years there, and I've always enjoyed the directors. Oh, the cast has come a long way, just a long way, and I just hear people on the street just today saying, "Oh, we enjoyed that play." The kids got into the characters, and all of the characters were just really great. And that's part of Steve, because he can pick the character.
I couldn't tell you how long we go back, but I'll bet it's at least 25 years. And if I sat down and looked at a list, I think we'd be surprised at how many shows we've actually done together, but it's got to be somewhere up 12, 15 shows, who knows. Way back as far as maybe like Black Patent Leather Shoes.
I was in the orchestra.
Yeah, and it's gotten so that she's to my right arm, and sometimes I don't even have to tell her what I want. She already knows what I want. and we've got language that we talk that's the same language. So when we're doing something, we get in sync very fast, and she knows my quirks.
So
And she can bail me out really fast if I need it. I think in community theater you have to be that way, because so many of the people that we have are either brand new or have such a little experience that this is a whole new world for them. And if the people that you work with, that are your staff, like Norrine, don't have their licks down, don't know what's going on, and can't teach from the get-go, you can start out with chaos from the very beginning. In the meantime, theater is so full of chaos anyway, even if you know what you're doing, that if you're not in sync with your staff, and if you don't have people that you can rely on like her, you can be in a boatload of trouble before you even start. Isn't that most of it? We've had so much fun.
That's what it's all about.
And to calculate
It's not the money.
although it could be a great influence if they wanted to make it that, but no, we've had a lot of fun, and we've gone through literally thousands of people through the shows that we've done. This show, there's close to 60 people in this cast right here, and we have turnarounds. Sometimes a 60-person cast might have started out with 70 by the time we lost the ones we got and got the new ones back in. Plus you add in all the orchestra members and all the staff members that we've worked with, and I'll bet it's up into a couple thousand people we've worked with. From day one, as a matter of fact, when we first named the show, my heart starts to creep up in my throat, and from the time we start until we open, it's like we're running on nothing but panic and adrenaline, for the whole time. And it doesn't really let up until days after the show's over with, for me.
Let me get one comment.
I think she relaxes quicker than I do. Not only that, but she can still knock the bricks out of the back wall with her voice if she wanted to.
Yes.
And if she wasn't so valuable at the keyboard and with teaching the vocal, I probably would have had her and could have had her on stage 4 or 5 times. And that would have been nice too. So. To me it is, because when you have to rely on somebody that strongly for so many things, I can find another person to fill a role a lot faster than I can find somebody that can handle 3 or 4 dozen people and keep them doing what I want them to do.
Breath. again. Have a good time.